You're listening to Daily Horoscope for your zodiac sign with Stephanie Campos. I'm your host, Stephanie Campos, and I am a practicing astrologer, psychic medium, and witch. In each daily episode, I covered a detailed overview of the astrology of the day and what you can expect from full moons to Mercury retrogrades. I've got you covered. And of course, there is always a personalized horoscope for your zodiac sign. If you scroll down in the show notes, there are always timestamps included for your convenience. And a quick pro tip before we dive in, I do recommend listening to your horoscope based on your rising sign for more accuracy. And if you are loving this podcast, don't be shy, leave a rating. Hell, even a review. I'm a one human show and produce each and every episode every day just for you. And your support means so much. Now let's get into the astrology of the day. This is your daily horoscope for Tuesday, December 23rd, 2025. The day starts out with the moon in Aquarius forming a sextile with Mercury in Sagittarius. Now, this is energy we're going to be feeling throughout the entire day. It doesn't take place until 4 p.m., but fortunately, this is very gentle and helpful energy. The moon represents our inner world, our sense of security, and our emotions. Mercury is a planet of communication, information, and the mind. So this energy can be very helpful for coming up with new ideas, catching up on writing projects, text messages, drafting emails, for having productive conversations, for listening to others, for learning new things, essentially for using your mind and your brain in any way in which you need to. This energy is also very social. It's great for connecting with other people and just having some fun. Now, later on, the main aspect of the day, we have Venus forming a square with Neptune. But first, if you want to start 2026 out with a little cosmic insight and forethought, I just wanted to let you know that my books are open for January. You can book a one-on-one astrology reading with me, and there is a link in the show notes. We'll go over your personal birth chart, what cycles you're moving through, how long they'll last, what themes and topics are coming up, and any major dates that you need to be aware of for the year ahead. We've got a Venus retrograde next year. We have Saturn and Neptune coming together in the sign of Aries for the first time in a bajillion years. There's a lot to unpack. And it would be an honor to be your cosmic translator of what's to come. Alrighty, so Venus forming a square with Neptune. Now this is taking place at 9:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and it's taking place at 29 degrees, which is the anaretic degree, that final degree in astrology before a planet changes zodiac signs. So there's this little extra burst of tension, and it's almost like a crisis point. Now, Venus is a planet of relationships, our finances, our personal values, our creativity. Neptune is also a planet of creativity, but it's also this planet of compassion and nebulousness and confusion and sensitivity. So when Venus and Neptune come together, you could be hit with a wave of creative inspiration. This is definitely the most productive use of the energy, is to follow what inspires you, to set aside time to work with your imagination and your creativity in whatever way that feels fulfilling for you. Now, this can also be a day where we have on rose-colored glasses, where we are avoiding red flags, we're putting other people on pedestals, we are feeling like there are some sort of insecurities or projections that are popping up for us in our relationships. This is not the best time to make important decisions if you can regarding finances and relationships. There might be just this element of the unknown or some fact that might be obscured. We just don't have all of the information in front of us at this time. Now, this is also going to bring us back to Sunday, December 14th, when Mars crashed into Neptune. So there might be some sort of conversation or topic or thread that is carried over from that day as well. You might be feeling a little sleepier, a little less motivated, maybe more distracted today. So just keep that in mind in the backdrop of the day to take the pressure off of yourself to show up and be everything to to everyone else. This is time to focus on your basic needs as well. Make sure you're drinking enough water, you're doing grounding exercises, and you're eating nourishing meals along the way. Aries, conversations with the important people in your life can be a little confusing today when Venus clashes into Neptune. So this is not the best day to try to get on the same page as someone else. And other people can also be a little bit more dogmatic when it comes to sticking with their beliefs and maybe trying to shove them down your throat. This can also be a time where you're simply just feeling exhausted, and spending time alone can be really recharging and even lead to some new inspiring ideas that you want to pursue. Engaging with your creative mind today in some sort of artistic outlet can also be healing. Taurus, there could be some confusion or mix-up regarding your finances when Venus clashes into Neptune. This is also a moment where you might start to reconsider your own resources and how you invest them, whether that is your finances or even your time and your energy. Are the friendships and communities you're a part of feeling aligned with your values? Or is there something there that you're starting to notice, like themes of projection or maybe even envy or jealousy? You may also feel called to make a financial investment towards one of your dreams or aspirations. This is a great time to imagine and come up with ideas, but try to hold off on making important financial decisions today if you can. Gemini, today there can be some confusion in your close one-on-one relationships when Venus clashes into Neptune. So on one hand, maybe you're ready to sweep all the problems you have with a lover under the rug because they've been on their best behavior for the last 12 hours. This could also be a day where you're missing red flags. On the other hand, you could just be having a very romantic moment with a partner or a creative moment with an important person in your life, and there can be some really sweet and sensitive vibes that show up as well. Cancer, today your schedule can leave you feeling exhausted when Venus clashes into Neptune. This is not the best day to veer into self-sacrificing territory and to become a yes person and take on other people's responsibilities, because it is very possible that there's someone who is trying to offload their work onto your shoulders. Today, conversations can also be a little confusing, and it might be harder to keep track of your appointments. So don't beat yourself up if you get some meeting times mixed up, and deal with some sort of like Mercury retrograde-esque vibes. Leo, when Venus clashes into Neptune, you might be working very hard on some sort of creative or artistic output. This is a great day to focus on hobbies, activities, and the creative side of your brain. You might also be experiencing a moment of whirlwind romance with a partner, or feeling more sensitive in your romantic relationships. Feelings of jealousy can also pop up as well, and also some confusing and sensitive feelings as well. So try not to project your feelings or insecurities onto other people, but also tune in and pay attention if someone else is doing that to you. Virgo, boundaries can be blurred today with your family and the important relationships in your life when Venus clashes into Neptune. This can also be a day where you're just feeling more sensitive. Maybe the past is resurfacing in some way, or maybe a family member or someone in your life is kind of gaslighting you about your memories and lived experience. It's going to be harder to keep your boundaries and maybe stand up for yourself today, but this is an important reminder that you deserve to protect your energy. This could also be a very sweet moment, maybe a sensitive moment between an important person in your life that can lead ultimately to a deeper connection. Libra, watch out for confusing conversations today when Venus clashes into Neptune. This can also mean you're having discussions that leave you feeling more sensitive or tender. And it can be a hard day to honor your boundaries. Other people might be piling up some of their responsibilities or offloading their burdens onto your plate. And you may also need to make an important decision today around your personal time and availability. Conversations can leave you feeling a little bit more vulnerable as well, so just give yourself space to feel your feelings. Scorpio, pay attention to your budget when Venus clashes into Neptune. This is not the best day to spend on a whim or make impromptu purchases or any important financial decisions if you can avoid it. Now, this can also kick up feelings of envy and jealousy and maybe obsessively focusing on what someone else has. If this is coming up for you, it's important to remember that if the universe is showing you what you want through someone else, that is also a way for the universe to remind you that you are worthy and deserving of it too. And it's possible for you as well. Sagittarius, you are the main character today when Venus in your sign clashes into Neptune. And this can be a day where your relationships leave you feeling a little bit more tender and sensitive. So on one hand, maybe you feel judged by family members or a personal relationship, or the past is rearing its head in some way, or maybe you're trying to get on the same page as a partner, but conversations are going sideways and just feel a little bit more confusing. Now, on the other hand, this aspect also lends you a ton of magnetism. So if you have an important message to share, if you want to stand out, if you want to go viral or attract someone's attention, this is a great day to do it. Capricorn, it's really easy to let your limiting beliefs get the best of you today. When Venus clashes into Neptune, you might be feeling more sensitive and tender as you're reflecting on cycles that you've outgrown, whether it's a contract, a person, or a situation. This is a really wonderful day to spend time alone, and doing so is actually going to help not only recharge your batteries, but fill you with more inspiration as well. And this is a wonderful day to also engage in some sort of practices or skills that hone your intuition. Aquarius, you are becoming more aware of who you spend time with when Venus clashes into Neptune. So you're starting to realize that the 4 or 5 closest people to you are a reflection of who and what you are and your own values. Do these people and their energy and their values align with who you are authentically? This can also be a moment that kicks up confusing interactions in some of your friendships. Or on the other hand, you might be really focused on a creative goal or aspiration and trying to figure out how to make it more sustainable or bring it into the material world. Pisces, you are one of the main characters when Venus clashes into Neptune in your sign. And this is a day where you are standing out. You're standing out amongst your peers in your field, and you can really gain attention and traction for anything you want to bring attention to. On another hand, this could be a moment where you're receiving more recognition or maybe even a raise or a promotion. Maybe you're standing out for some solution you came up with intuitively or for your creative mind. Some of your interactions with others might feel deeper and feel like you're nurturing a soul connection as well. As always, I hope your daily horoscope has offered some guidance and support throughout your day. And if you can't get enough of this podcast and want more horoscopes, I invite you to join me over on Patreon, where every Sunday you gain instant access to 7 episodes of your daily horoscope for the week ahead, a weekly psychic reading, a monthly tarot spread, and a monthly meetup, which ranges from group tarot readings to group mediumship readings and circles to ask me anything about your personal birth chart. These group monthly meetups have been a real highlight over the past few months, and I am enjoying them so much. There is a link in the show notes to join. It is only $10 a month. And I hope to see you there. As always, I'm sending you love, protection, and blessings in every single dimension. Thanks so much and see you tomorrow.